Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
What is going on, guys? This is Justin with Go Crazy Card Collecting. I wanted to talk to you about a few things, a collection that I'm kind of building, a player run, and I wanted to talk to you about something that I noticed and then did some research on in an article I found, which I think is pretty awesome. But I also wanted to mention a lot of people have made, a lot of us YouTubers have made videos of Reverend Steve and his sudden passing, which is super tragic and so terrible. And I can't stop thinking about his family and his wife and his kids. My family is so precious to me, and I cannot stop thinking about them. He was a kind man. He had commented on my videos. I had commented on his. We had never met. We had never really talked. It was just kind of commenting back and forth some, but what a wonderful guy, and it's so tragic and so terrible. And I've actually been going back and watching some of his videos, and it just made me start thinking about my collection in terms of his collection. And I'm super sad about what is happening for his family. But even now, his videos have kind of brought me some inspiration and some joy. And I was watching, and his favorite player growing up was Ricki Henderson. His favorite basketball player growing up was Scottie Pippen, by the way, which he went to college here in town, here in Conway, Arkansas. And so he's a big deal around here. He comes back every summer and does a camp and is here a lot. And so people see him all the time. But that's just a little tidbit. But Reverend Steve's favorite player was Ricki Henderson growing up, and he was a stolen base, speed demon, good hitter, really good ball player, good in the outfield. And so the player run that I've been working on is Lou Brock's, and I got something in the mail today from Trevor over at Blue Collar Cards. First, he gave me these little 12-piece mini puzzles in the late 80s from Don Russ. The Stan Musial one, which I love that. Thank you so much, Trevor. And he gave me this, a Topps Chrome Lou Brock. And that's the guy that I'm doing his run. I have 2 cards left. And the latest one that I picked up, that I had noticed something on it, and I want to share that with you guys. And I think he's the inspiration for it. I found an article that agreed with me and kind of expanded on it a little bit. So here's Lou's rookie, okay, 1962 Topps. And when he started, it had 9 stats on the back, okay? Games, at bats, runs, I'm trying to read them backwards, hits, doubles, triples, home runs, RBIs, 9 stats, an average there at the end. So it had 9 stats. And I was reading and going along on his cards, and as long as they stayed horizontal, that's what it had on there, okay? It had those same stats. There's his 64. This was his 63, by the way. Still in a Cubs uniform. His 65 I do not have, which is his first one in a Cardinals uniform. I will get that one. Here's his 66. Also horizontal. 9 stats on the back. Then we got to the 67. Okay, his 67 is vertical. So they omitted 2 stats. They don't have games. I'm not sure what the other one was. Let's see. And runs. Games and runs. So they have 7 stats on the back here. Okay, and then they go, the 68 also has 7 stats on the back. Now, I want you to notice something when we get closer. We go back to 69. It goes back to having games and runs in there. So back to 9 stats. Now, these aren't just Lou Brock's cards. These are Topps cards. These are this is what Topps was doing on all of their cards. Not just Lou Brock, but I do think that he might have been the inspiration for something. And here's his 70. This was a gift from Chris from Missouri. Thank you so much, Chris, a while back. This past summer. And then my most recent pickup is his 71. First of all, I love these cards, and they're so condition sensitive. I also love the fact that I was able to get this one pretty cheap. It's a 4, but it's way off center. But in the black tux with the black border, I didn't really care all that much. I do care about centering. If you notice this one, it's nice and centered, looks wonderful. I do care about that, but this one didn't bother me. Billy Ballgame said it would bother him, but it doesn't bother me at all, and that's totally fine. I don't care, like, either way. If that would bother you, that's fine for you. You know, get what you want to get, but it doesn't bother me even one bit. And I just love this card, but I started reading the back, and the stats were different. There's a stat here at the end: stolen bases. So the card says Lou set major league record in 1970 with 6 straight year of 50 or more stolen bases. He led the Northern League in 5 categories in 1961, led National League with 46 doubles and 14 triples. So he comes along, and he has 6 straight years of 50-plus stolen bases. And he makes speed a major weapon and a big, big deal. Now, this is card number 625. Okay, it's in the high numbers. But I still think that Lou and his 6-year streak was a reason that they decided to add the stolen base column on the 1971s. He has 51 stolen bases in 71. He'd go on to have 12 full years of 50 or more, 118 in like 74, breaking the record, the single season record. And so he was a speed demon. And that's, you know, Reverend Steve kind of inspired me to talk about this a little bit because his favorite player growing up was Ricki Henderson, who broke and shattered all of Lou Brock's records. But Lou is still number 2, and he will probably stay that way for a long, long time. But I just thought that was so cool. Now, here's the deal with that. When you go back, when you get to the 72, here's my 72. When you get to the 72, it goes back to the 9 stats. It's gone again. And doesn't come back until 1981. 81, I read in the article I read talked about how maybe in 81, they thought they had to compete with Donruss and Fleer, and so they added that stat back in. But I think even in 81, when they were doing that, they already knew that Ricki was fast, and he was going to change the game. I know that, you know, it's only a couple years in for him, but they already knew who he was and how fast he was. And maybe that was something that influenced that set to go ahead and put stolen bases back on. Kind of wild, kind of cool. I like the link there. Reverend Steve's family, I don't think you watch my videos, but I am praying for you guys. I have said some prayers for you, and I will say a few more. We all love you, and we all care about you. And so I just thought that this might be a good tribute in showing, you know, that his videos have influenced me, and they have moved me, and what a wonderful guy. And I'm so thankful that I had some way to kind of link my collecting to his collecting with Lou Brock, and the only time in his career that stolen bases were put on cards was 71. Beautiful set, by the way. And Topps didn't do these pictures again until like in like 1990 or something like that, somewhere around there. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for you. Oh, I do want to show this. Look at that Perez Steel with Lou's signature on there. Beautiful. There he is running. Anyway, love you guys. Care about you a whole lot. Kind of a short video. I just really thought about it when I was kind of looking at some of Reverend Steve's videos and watching some stuff, just to kind of remember who he was and think back on his starting this journey and all the videos that he made. We were so thankful for him, and just thankful that he was such a kind, generous part of this community. I love you guys so much, and I I have loved getting to know you. I'll be honest with you, I have a little bit of FOMO for not going to Strongsville. I just don't have the funds for that. I just can't afford to do that. And so, but I appreciate you guys, and I'm so thankful that you've allowed me to be a part of this community. And I just appreciate everything you've done. So anyway, I have 2 more cards, 65, 79, and Lou Brock, and I want them in SGC. If you guys know of anything or want to make any trades, let me know. Would love to have some from the community, maybe to even finish up my run. The 65 is an awesome card for me because that's his Cardinals rookie. But anyway, I'll finish that setup and then I'll move on. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys. Have a great and wonderful week. I love all of you. God bless.